Welcome back to Road to Fire. We're a family of three documenting our journey to fire, financial independence, retire early. Let's chat about our February debt-free journey update. I will share all our current debt balances and our payments we made this month with real numbers like always, so please hang with me. We hit a debt milestone this month and it got me motivated. We wanted to make a bigger dent in our debt this month, but we ran into a tiny issue. I used to feel a lot of shame about our debt because it was me who decided on these purchases, but I let that go as we are getting closer to wiping this debt out completely. Becoming 100% consumer debt free is not one of our top 5 financial goals for this year, but it's a close 6 for sure. If we can get this debt wiped out by the end of the year, I would be ecstatic. So here's our only remaining debt. We originally had 2 car loans, but we now have 1 car loan left on our Tesla Model 3 that we have purchased in 2019 for about $60,000. We opted for the dual motor version due to our location, which explains the higher purchase costs. As you know, Tesla is set up like a Build-A-Bear, so you can keep on adding features, increasing the overall price. We do love our Tesla, and it's the perfect commuter car hands down, and I will debate that all day. We did receive a tax credit for this purchase, which I will definitely miss this year. Right now, our monthly payment is an astonishing $675 with a 3.5 interest rate. And because our interest rate was relatively low, we focused on investing in the last few months. Our monthly maintenance for the car is about $25, and that's because we don't have a charger set up at our home. This used to be zero as I used to charge for free at work and the gym, but COVID happened. This loan is our only or last consumer debt, so we are almost there. So last month, I spoke about our 2 debt payment plans for our loan. My husband and I were on the fence on what option might be best for us. We really just want to be debt-free ASAP, or I really just want to be debt-free fast. So plan A was simple. We would send over $10,000 from our savings account to cut down the principal balance, decreasing our monthly payment to about $1,200 a month. This will make monthly payments doable within 18 months, which is our desired time frame. Plan B was to not touch our savings account and simply try to make an $1,800 payment each month. This was proving to be harder than we thought based on our other goals that we wanted to hit for the year. Now there was Plan C introduced by the comments on my last debt-free journey video, and I'll link that here if you didn't get a chance to see it. And that was to pay off all of our debt ASAP with our current savings and work on rebuilding our savings after we became consumer debt-free. Now I love this plan a lot, but I will explain why we can't do this one. So we decided on Plan B for now because of our future tax bill. I will get into the details, but I received 2 bonuses in 2020 that inflated my income, causing a ripple effect on our taxes. Now I'm not complaining at all. In fact, I'm 100% grateful, but increased income means increased taxes to pay. I do our taxes year over year on my own with TurboTax, and it's been fairly easy, but this is the first year where we may have to get a bit more creative. I'm tempted to potentially have a professional do our taxes for the first time in years. Let me know in the comments below if you do your own taxes. Okay, so I started plugging in our W-2 information into TurboTax, which is the tax platform I use, and our Box 1 income, or our federal taxable income, came to be about just $293,000. And our gross income was over $300,000, which was insane. 2020 was definitely a financial unicorn year for us. To put things into context, our taxable income in 2019 was just over $167,000. My husband was working for a large space company down south, while my son and I lived in the Midwest. We agreed that he should quit his job to move back up with us so we can never live apart again. Despite having strong companies on his resume, it took him 7 months to find a new job, making our income lower in 2019, which explains the large year-over-year of almost 80% increase. Because we have a high taxable income this year, we'll be expected to pay about $8,000 in taxes this year. Yes, over $8,000. Now, this came as a shock to us as our bill is usually around $4,000 year over year when we do our taxes. Because our bill would be higher this year, we had to adjust our debt payment plan. We unfortunately couldn't be as aggressive as we would like to be, as we now have to prioritize this bill coming in April. Now, I have not filed our taxes and we are still missing forms, so there might be some deductions available or credits, but there is no way this bill is getting to around $750. But when I think about debt versus taxes, I would rather owe Capital One, Wells Fargo, Chase, Citibank, Penny Mortgage, or any other financial institution than owe the IRS. Just the thought of owing the IRS scares me so much, and I don't know exactly why, nor can I explain it. But I will always prioritize our tax bill over our debt bill. So come April 15th, we'll have this tax bill paid in full, probably on the 14th as I usually do things right at the end. So we still wanted to make a sizable payment this month despite the tax bill. I struggled with what was the right amount, but it all came down to our risk level. Because we decreased our emergency fund to about 3.5 months versus 6.5 months to pay for the pending tax bill, I didn't want us to get into a spot where if an emergency did come up, we would have an issue. On a positive note, my husband did get a new job right on time. Thank the heavens, so the incremental income will help offset our tax bill as well. So here's where we ended January as a refresher. We had paid off about 49.8% of our debt and had sent over $1,000 in snowball payments to our Chase account back in January. That is amazing overall, and we had paid about $31,000 in debt since we started the journey less than 7.5 months ago. I do wish we could have sent that money to investments, but you live and you learn. We started off very strong on our journey but leveled out in the last 5 months after paying off the Audi. I am still proud of our progress through January, but I hope we can sell the Audi in March and use some of that money to pay off our remaining debt. So we chose to make two payments this month. We first made a $900 payment at the start of the month. One thing I want to mention is to make sure that your extra payments are going towards your principal balance. I can't say that all of the extra payments I made over the last 7-ish months went directly towards our principal. It was an additional step that I did not realize until about November of last year, so don't make the same mistake I made. We then made a second payment. This was our scheduled monthly payment with a small snowball payment on top for the 12th of this month for about $700. In total, we sent $1,600 to debt this month. This would have been just short of our original plan of sending $1,800 a month to debt. You can see that sending in about $1,800 a month was a bit of a stretch for us, but I'm still happy with this month's progress overall. So here we are right now. So far, we paid off over $32,710 and have $29,390 left to go. Now, I'm so happy to be finally under that $30,000 threshold. It really feels good, not only from a financial point of view, but mentally overall. We have also paid off 52.6% of our debt since May when we started our journey. Now, our intensity level has slowed down or shifted, but we are still making progress. I absolutely love updating this sheet each month as we continue to make more debt payments. So, can we get rid of this debt out by December? Possibly. Now that I see how much we have left, I'm getting excited about how close we are to finishing off this debt. Because our interest rate is so low, we are really seeing our payments attack the overall principal. I think with our increased income due to my husband's job and a few bonuses coming that we just might be able to eliminate this debt sooner than we expected. So we'll have to see how March goes. But I am so happy to be over the 50% line. Now it's all psychological when it comes to debt for me. I just feel lighter now that we are halfway there. Now no one gave me a trophy and our lives haven't really changed, but it just feels better mentally. Now we will continue to send as much as we can month to month to debt and gauge things as our income fluctuates. I would love to assign a long-term debt repayment plan, but each month has been different, so I'm just going to go with the flow. Maybe next month we can get below $28,000. Yeah, that's an aspirational goal, but we'll see how it turns out. Now, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. Until next time.